Hey folks, welcome back. As you can see, I'm out here at the sawmill shed. Just one reminder, one big ask from all of you. If you do like this video, please make sure you give it the thumbs up at some point. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Here we go. One of the issues I'm having right here is that one cylinder in the middle, it's got a bit of an internal hydraulic leak, and so what happens is as I add the added weight of the concrete, it causes that bucket to want to slide down and hit the ground quite quickly. So I'm actually having to drive with my left hand, and then I'm having to hold up the weight constantly by pulling back on the controls. So that's a bit of a Mickey Mouse operation, but here's how it ends up. Wondering what I'm doing. I'm just getting it close right now. Once it's close, I'll put the post on, plumb the post, run the string line. Once the string line shows me that the posts are in line, then I'll backfill. You see right there, I'm just following the two posts, and if you look down, I'm just getting it lined up fairly close to where that saddle location is. This may seem crazy to some, but trust me, I've considered all the pros and cons, what I had available time-wise, material-wise. This was about the easiest I could come up with. Whether it turns out to be the best option in the long run, we'll find out. For now, here's where we're at. I'm gonna grab the post, plumb it up, go from there. think that's the hardest part. Okay. I actually think I did a pretty good job. It's looking close. I think the footing might have to go that way, but the string line will tell us. Posts, absolutely 100% wooden posts in the ground attached to these cross members, these diagonal pieces for sure. In my case, the ground's wet. They'll just sit there as long as I need. That's looking pretty close. Okay, let's plumb it up, run the string line, see how she goes. And you can see right there, I'm off by about 3 inches. So this has to come this way about 3 inches. So is there downsides to this method? Absolutely. That's one of them. It's not a big deal for me. I've got the equipment. I'll just slide it over a bit. But as you can imagine, once I slide it over, I'll have to replumb the post. But you take the good with the bad. You know it has to come this way about 3 inches, so I'll pre-lean the post. And that way when the bottom meets up, the post will be relatively plumb. Well, there's the full tour. That's how I plumb them. That's how I get them into position. And well, may not be the best option, but it's the best option for me. Let's backfill. on earth could I do without this machine? I do a lot of sweating. I'd probably do a lot less digging, that's for sure. I'm not into the shoveling anymore after having this thing. Well, there we go, folks. We got another post in the ground. We got one more to go. I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. You stand in behind it here. You definitely want to make sure you don't see a post out here. Even if you look over here, you don't want to see one too far out of alignment. And I can tell you with that string line, that is pretty good. That's real good, actually. And so everything is plumb, everything is in alignment. And now we'll just repeat the process on the other side. Now, one of the challenges here with posts this big is they do twist. Anyone who's built anything with posts, especially long ones, you know they twist. And as a result, you got to kind of account for that. I'm accounting for the top a little more than the bottom. I want the top to allow for the beam connection to be real good. And if you don't know what I mean, you will after I get that beam in place. But I want the top of the post to be perfectly in a line, a little bit more than the bottom. The bottom, you know, it looks nice, but truthfully, the top is where the connection is most important. So I'm very fortunate. These posts are pretty straight. That one down there is a little bit twisted, but the top is in good alignment, and that's what I was going for. Now, as I said, we'll put the other post in. The other one will go somewhere over here, and then we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to figure out how we're going to get a big beam up on top of those posts. And if I were to sit here and tell you that I've got everything figured out at all times, I'd be lying right to your face. I don't really know at this point how the beam's getting up there. I do know it will. I've done it before. I'm just not quite sure how that'll be. I'm also not quite sure what the finished height is going to be for these posts. I have to take into account what my beam size is going to be. A few behind the scenes figurines I got to do here, and we'll get it done nonetheless. Now, if you're wondering why I wasn't using the mini skid steer to backfill, the truth is I forgot the key. The key is back at home, and so I couldn't use it, and so I thought, what the heck, instead of going all the way back and searching, I'll just get a bit more seat time on the mini excavator. You saw me putting it in layers, packing it. I do a bunch of packing or compaction of the soil in between scenes, and so sometimes you don't see me doing every step. Just know that I am doing it as I should be, so that's how that goes. And one final thing here, if you saw one of my more recent videos, you probably know that that middle cylinder on the mini excavator, it is a little weak, and so at times when I'm digging, pulling, or pushing, it doesn't quite have the oomph I'm looking for, and so I'm still trying to figure out a solution. I think what's happening is there's either a seal in this cylinder that is allowing hydraulic fluid past, or inside the valve body there's a little piece of grit or something allowing hydraulic fluid to sneak past one of the O-rings. But that isn't going to be a project that I tackle today. I think that'll be the winter time. But if you have any insight there and you missed my last video, feel free to share it down below in this one. As always, I do appreciate you watching. Make sure you come back next time. We're going to continue on with the sawmill shed version, I don't know, project. Should be a good one once we're finished. However, I just hope that happens before the snow flies. It's been getting real cold at night these days. In fact, I just had my first good wood stove fire in the house these past few days. And so I have a feeling snow is not too far on the horizon. Oh well, could be worse. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And one last thing as you're taking off here, if you haven't visited sawingwithsandy.com, be sure to do that. I've got new blog posts up. I think they're pretty good, so check them out. See you next time.